Chloe, okay, the story Minju told me today, I think it's actually going to make you sick. It's about how so-called love can curdle into obsession and how a normal person can be slowly murdered over 53 days, not with a single blow, but with fear. The main character is a woman named Jong-un Kim, 31 years old, super competent, the head manager at a high-end dental clinic. Popular, bright, had her life together. A year ago, she met a guy named Ji-won Han. He was the total package, 6'1", handsome, and claimed to work for a famous investment firm. They were like magnets. Within a month, they were the perfect, beautiful couple everyone was jealous of. He brought her flowers after work, drove her to her office every morning. She thought she'd finally found her prince. But the fairy tale started to crack. It started with a phone call. She's out at a casual work dinner, and he calls. "Where are you? Why is it so loud? Who are you with? Are there guys there? Why didn't you tell me?" His voice was cold, sharp. After that, it became a sickness. He tried to control who she saw, obsessed over her social media, interrogated her for hours if a male colleague even liked her photo. The obsession was suffocating her. And then she found out the bigger lie. The prestigious investment firm, it didn't exist. He was unemployed with no real income. Everything was a stage play to win her over. And in that moment, she told Minju her love didn't just fade, it turned into ice-cold fear. Who is this man I've been sleeping next to? In February 2016, she finally broke it off. She sat him down at a cafe and said, "We need to take some time apart." Chloe, he didn't just refuse to accept it, his whole demeanor changed. His eyes went dark and he whispered, "You can't leave me." That's when the real stalking began. Dozens of missed calls a day, texts that swung wildly from "I'll die without you" to "You'll regret this." It wasn't love anymore, it was a threat. The thing that pushed her into true terror happened a few days later. He lured her out saying he needed to pay back 3.4 million won he'd borrowed. She got in his car just to get the money and end things for good. The second she closed the door, the locks clicked shut. He drove to the middle of a huge bridge over the Han River and stopped the car. He turned to her, his face completely blank, and said, "You know, an ex-girlfriend tried to leave me once. I tried to kill her. I failed, but I did break her legs. This time, I won't fail. If you leave me, I will kill you and your entire family." She was so terrified, she literally couldn't speak. She developed temporary aphasia from the shock. After that, her life fell apart. She was too scared to even go to work. She thought about calling the cops, but what could they do? Back then in Korea, stalking was just a misdemeanor, an $80 fine. That's it. Will that protect me, or will it just make him angrier? She felt completely trapped with no one to turn to. She couldn't afford to lose her job, so her father, who had recovered from stomach cancer, started driving her to and from work every single day. For a while, the stalker's calls stopped. Jong-un started to breathe again. She felt so guilty about her sick father acting as her bodyguard that one day she insisted he take a day off. "Dad, I'll be fine really. Please go get some exercise." He reluctantly agreed, and that was the opening the monster was waiting for. Less than an hour after her father left, on the morning of April 19th, 2016, Han Ji-won walked towards her apartment. He was wearing a suit and carrying a black briefcase. CCTV shows he stayed in her apartment for about an hour. In that hour, a live-in hell unfolded. After he left, a neighbor heard screams. By the time the police arrived, it was too late. Jong-un was gone. It took them 24 hours to find him hiding in a field, and the black bag he'd left behind in her apartment, it contained a murderer's toolkit, a knife, rope, nylon cord, and 3 bottles of hydrochloric acid inside Bacchus bottles. That's a popular Korean energy drink. This was a planned execution. But in court, he denied it all. Those were tools for my own suicide, he claimed. We were just talking, she suddenly ran, and it was an accident. He even cried, Chloe, real tears, sobbing to the judge that he did it because he loved her too much. Love? That wasn't love, that was the language of a predator. For Jong-un, it was 53 days of pure living terror. Her family, Minju told me, still says they wish for a world where the law punishes people like him harshly, without the victims' families having to beg for it. The visible scars might fade, but for the people left behind, the invisible ones, they're a life sentence too. It's a story that makes you think, you know?